Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me,
Yes.
Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
What was I going to say?
Its importance cannot be overstated.
There's a significant overlap, I believe, into people who are into The Sims and people who are into horses.
Clive! Quick look. Think you can help?
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Might have to make myself a cup of tea.
Bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
Yes.
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth.
Before they do the spinny spin move.
Do.
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
Turtle
Keep that in
power.
mind. Thank you.
Right. If I'd put this dedication into, you know, packing, I would be packed by now.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west. Toward Rosaria.
Walk.
Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Okay, so some of these quests seem like they're going to new locations as well. Right, we are not done. I thought I'd done everything, but no, obviously we have to talk to this dickhead. Who might quite like, but still.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Harpocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets, a clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the Executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the Executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the Executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the Executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the Strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Pick a place, John. I've not even been there.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I thought you'd left.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with.
Look how surprised this sword looks.
In fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe, and provided for, and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Wait, hang on.
What's an Akashic?
Well, you, Josh is with me.
People.
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
What's the Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps?
No, it wasn't Lubo, it was someone
Spreading
else.
the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Furder.
It was Lord Furdo who was spreading it, not Lubor.
You lied about me. One of us, and you're lying now.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Good day, my lord.
Oh, Breath of Darkness.
An excellent choice. Here you are. My thanks.
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
Victor's never fucking left this place.
A friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
That's swearing.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Go on, then.
Go on!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Shame on you.
The streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty. Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here?
We do.
And none of you
We
ever say
do.
thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist!
So this world is simultaneously, like, overly harsh, and also in the same way, like, the rabble, like, in a real-life situation, probably wouldn't be so easily swayed.
We have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
I propose we send Clive.
Run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
I guess it would actually be fucking terrible if these stories ended bleakly. There'll probably be a couple of bleak ones, but like the majority of them shouldn't be.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Charatina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
You're going to kill them all.
Where else but the most perilous place of all?
Welcome back.
I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself.
The shadowy council of ne'er-do-wells.
And Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening.
Isn't it root and stem?
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's...
I still have to make a cup of tea. I just can't bother to get up right now.
For Dalamil.
I'm trying to like keep the momentum up as well. Because I'd like to finish, I don't think there's a lot of game left. I think Origin isn't going to be like a proper dungeon. In the same way that the last one wasn't a proper dungeon either. Yeah, obviously I'll do this quest because...
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Good. That will keep some...
Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm.
They do always imply that townsfolk did do fighting as well. Go. Hello, fellow chocobos. Oh yeah, I'm good. Knock, knock, knock.
There it is. The flood.
What's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive.
Okay. Kind of embarrassing that I've only just figured out to do that upswing. Oh, he's got fuck tons of health.
Fire it!
Oh, snap. I've slain them enemies.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
Yeah, hopefully they're all dead. Eating a banana. Sometime later, but how much time later? We're gonna be vague.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
The last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
I'm called Lord Underhill, thank you very much.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive.
Root and branch.
Victory is ours.
I mean, unless
Bloody did it!
you know more.
We saved Dalimil.
From a different place.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Alright,
Firstly,
I've not. Some of those fucking crowd members threw stones at children. And I know the children ran into them, but you know what I mean? Fucking. Somebody needs to stop.
that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen.
I'm guessing this is how all the
by what they are,
the town quests are gonna end.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Yeah. Yay!
Condition accepted.
Oh, where's Cody Rhodes when you need him?
Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
Ooh, they have a special hat.
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
I don't know why they need to, like, explain the thing that just happened in the scene.
Lugo. About the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws.
Lubor.
I'll make sure they're safe here.
Somebody threw some fucking stones at them, Lubor.
And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Nobody even said fucking sorry. I think the game forgot somebody threw children at them. Sorry, they didn't throw the children. Oh, we got a signboard. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's the bunch of space left for signboards. Breath of Light. Yeah. One down. We'll do that one because it's like in a town.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from
Father. Aboard the kettle.
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Sorry, I thought the cutscene would go for longer. I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family, that even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath. We've destroyed it. The threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all of Zarya striving for one, as one might we at last overcome it. I have plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength and courage to do so, and the will to do so. It shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, for you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, your father. P.S. Maybe we should like totally stop having slaves or something. That'd be totally cool. I meant to write this down, but I forgot.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me.
He tried writing it down, but he was like, fuck the pen. Why are the pens on fire? It's really...
The complete emancipation of bearers.
That actually was his... Alright, fair enough, I'll give it to the game. Fine. You win this time, game. Kettle's boiled. I'm gonna put my tea on.
Dated aim. But your father's dream didn't end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
Right, thank you for the clip. Yeah, sorry, as I went to go make a cup of tea, the controller slipped and unpaused. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just have to turn the music off and take the snail away and let the scene play out. Because I can still hear it, I can still see what's going on the screen. So I didn't miss anything, but obviously now there's a little bit of stupid John music on top of one of the scenes. This seems like it should have just been a part of the main quest. There are people who are gonna be so fucking sick of side quests they won't see any of this. There's loads of actual plot hidden, Mid is introduced in a side quest because I'm watching somebody play it, and that Mid's just been introduced in his game, and it's just his realization that the side quests are important, but it's just impossible to know which ones are going to be horribly trivial and which ones are going to have little snippets of important stuff in.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril.
I put it to you that Cyril is a lot better than ASMR than Ultima is.
Shall we then?
Right, tea is brewing, so I will grab that at some point. There are 2 quests here now. Hang on, the fuck? Did you just... Oh, also, I have a quest, which I forgot to give you. Here,
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash, a continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both.
He's so good at combat, we named him after a piece of furniture. Famous chairs are for being used in wrestling.
Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet...
A part of me wants him to go, I'm talking in a... Oh, sorry about that. I had a thing in my throat.
It seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Go to the Third Chair's... Yeah, it sounds like one of the more interesting questions.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him
Owls
mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name.
Nickelback?
In the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Stop making leather noises.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
Oh, the dog do shake. So one thing about Ultima is, because he has to talk in a sort of passive way, you know, he has to talk stoically because reasons, but it means you can't have any fun emoting his lines. Now, I appreciate they sort of, Barnabas gets to do that grandstanding for him, and as well as Gungnir, not Gungnir, what am I, Sleipnir, they get to have all the fun, like, versions of that. But, like, the most important Ultima scenes are clearly done by Ultima himself in his, like, not atonal voice, but, like, he clearly, like, he purposely muted way of talking. And it's like, in some ways, it's a little bit of a shame that he has to talk like that.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields.
Loyal servant?
Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
Yeah.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
Okay, game, if you give me armbands and they're just a menu item and not like, I know it's a side quest, but like, come on. There's an important physical item that you wear. Like, let us wear it then. Don't...
See.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you.
Sorry, I could just kick the mic and...
You got it, then.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
It's in Witcher, isn't it? Witcher 3?
Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it.
The DLC?
It's found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy.
So, pet peeve with certain types of writing, and this game does it a lot, where somebody says something, like, kind of vague, and somebody says, oh yes, I understand what you're saying, and then the person says back, you are very smart for understanding the weird way I phrased that. And like, she literally that's there. I'm copying that. But that's happened a few times in this game, and I see it a lot in like anime writing, and it's like, it's literally just the game like making an excuse to show how smart a character is or something, but it just rings false. People don't talk like that. Like, very rarely. Because obviously people do sometimes not say what they mean. They say something else and mean something else, and you can get that. But like, very rare. I don't know if I've ever seen a real life conversation where somebody's gone, oh yeah, you mean a book? Yes, you were very clever for realizing, like, I should have just said those words rather than put it in a weird way. Actually, now that I think about it,
in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
okay, so this is why we have to bring Joshua. Oh yeah, Josh's probably only in this continent now that I think about it.
Titan's Wake.
Oh, it's Smosh!
But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Oh, we have Fitoko with us.
Now feel good, boy.
Okay. And get 2 done in the one. No, because we'll just teleport. We'll do the 3 quests and hand in 3 quests. I should probably grab my cup of tea though. We'll do this one and then grab my cup of tea. I fear I may not be done tonight. We did go to the other place though.
Joshua.
That's a griffon. Submerged.
There it is. The House Rosfield.
can make it fucking windy as well.
Farewell.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to level up. I got myself a heartstone. Griffins suffer something akin to the crystal's curse. Their flesh slowly turning to stone over lifetime channeling ether. Nightbearers, however, the effect is far more gradual, limited to a sack around their hearts to slow the progression of petrification, resulting in the formation of a gemstone of rare beauty. That's kind of not nice, but there's a certain beauty to that idea. There's all my quests. Not reading them anymore. Yeah, we have lots. We can afford to upgrade this, which I do use quite a lot, to be honest. Like, this is my crutch. That's a weird phrase to say out loud. This has gotten me through all the latest game fights. It's such a powerful ability. It's only permafrost that gets improved. No, I think that's worth it.
It's the Hearthstone.
I expect Lady Dorothy will know.
I mean to press that button. Nice to see you. Grab that one now. I'll be right back. Right. Yeah, given how long it's taken... Oh, sorry, Snell, you have to go. How long it's taken me to, like, do all this, I don't think I'm finishing this game tonight. I genuinely believe the last dungeon probably is not going to take very long. Because I think the big spectacle may have already happened. I don't know, though. Like, it'd be really weird if there wasn't... I guess the sky is purple now that I think about it. It's really subtle. I would have made the skies a little bit more dramatic. Yeah. I mean, I could if I didn't refuse to just... You know... If I hadn't done the side quests, how would I have known that they were going to abolish slavery? Who's the bastard who's putting this wall back up? But getting one of the continents done would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I'm gonna try not streaming. Because I think, like, I've already only been streaming one game for, like, 10 days now. So, like, my schedule is broken. So I'll update all the pictures and stuff that basically nobody looks at anyway, but that's not the point. But, like, I'll try and... I'll be doing packing up and maybe even do some programming, some writing.
if you were a tortoise, Torgor. It looks like we found him.
Oh. Well, it's hurt. Oh, what did it mean? I'm going to hurt the turtle. You know what? I'm not sure this... It might be that I've not leveled it up. But I don't know if that big move is worth it anymore. I think it might have been improved. At least one of us is doing some tidying. Neat. I defeated the turtle. It is believed the adamantoids will grow a thin new layer to its protective shell of every 2 moons. Once, considering that the many of the creatures live for 100 years, it should come as no surprise that the shell of the older specimens can be several hands thick, weigh over 50 stone.
If Mid needs another, she can come and get it herself.
Do you see that too?
Do you think there's a giant number 3 shouting at kids?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please.
Hello, ratties.
I'm scared.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
So, somebody in the game said, "Do you see that too?" And I don't know why we can't call out. It's not a cat. There's a cartoon by fatpie.com. I've forgotten his name. Called Health Check 3. They're sort of satirical cartoons, and when one of them is just like a giant number 3 shouting kids for some reason. It'd take a while to explain. This woman has a terrible case of khaki bird legs, and it's the
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
I believe it's called Health... Oh, what's his name? Okay. Google khaki bird legs. Okay. No, I don't want khaki. I want khaki. Oh, open page. No, I don't need... Nah. Google khaki bird legs. Google health reminder khaki bird legs. It's David Firth. Thank you, I think. It's a very British cartoon as well. A nation formed... so he's friends, because he's been around... David Firth's been around for forever. But he's in some of his videos, there's a voice of one of his friends. But like, who's most famous is this guy called fucking Devo. And it's just these very old videos of... I can't remember what the word is now. Like a townie, I guess. I have no idea. Not like a lower class person, but like, yeah, like a certain. I cannot explain fucking Devo. He likes his drugs and yeah, it's sort of satire. I can't explain. A certain person in the UK knows Devo is a pretend person, but like very much a real person. Everyone, people know real life Devos, if that makes any sense. Fucking Devo, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good impression. And it's one of those ones that have never been copied by like a mainstream, like a comedian or something like that. But like, it's so convincing that even though it's comedy, like you might not even realize that that's a fake. That's just somebody like taking the piss out of a certain culture. It's the sort of like 20-year-old people smoking weed and drinking cider in the park, taking drugs, and like anyway, it's just a certain part of Britain. It's a really funny impression. But like once you realise that guy's voice is in David Firth videos, you're like, oh, he's not like that at all. Oh, boo! Like he released a song. Like there was clearly Devo wasn't a real person anyway, but it was a really good impression. Like it was too self-aware to have not been an impression all along. Like, but like they're very old. I wouldn't recommend the Devo videos because like it's only funny to like a subset of people who've met real life Devos. But like the David Firth stuff is really dark. By the way, the Health Reminder one's pretty good. But I will say he's the guy who does Salad Fingers. You may have heard of Salad Fingers. But Health Reminder is 3 videos. That is just somebody going in to get a health check and sort of been thrown unintelligible language, and it's quite funny and it's satirical. But yeah, it's the Salad Fingers guy. That's who I'm quoting there. Occasionally, I will quote the word lice pictures, which is from one of his as well. That lives free in my head. Did I click on that for some reason? I'm just gonna not read it. It's too late for me to.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
Turncoats and cowards, it's a fight you want.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
And they never shall again. Then I definitely wouldn't recommend most of his other stuff.
A little more than I'd have liked.
Dude, it took you seconds. Even the Half-Mind is a little dark. But,
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain?
A train is moving 30 miles per hour going from Eastbourne to Dalmacia. Now, a second train is moving 44 miles per hour, but it's leaving... No.
From all this,
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right.
Look at this soft texture he has on his...
Take it. We must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmecian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
I have no idea who he's thinking of. Johnny Wordsmith.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
Surely that's bade.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Is it going to be the sword collector?
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Okay, the locations are overlapping. Let's hand in quests. We're not done with this area. We just have to move to a different area because of overlapping. Oh, I'm brilliant at juggling stupendous amounts of completely useless information.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Ooh, that's a hard glass water.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your
He's in a gut of a griffin.
Your father would be so proud.
Fuck does he know what it looks like?
The lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
If you ever need to know the entire plot of One Piece... That's not true, I've not watched all of One Piece.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all.
Right, but if it doesn't show, it's completely fucking pointless.
Even garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
Bond.
It's a message.
Unbreakable bond.
Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy.
Dude.
Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only...
Father didn't realize he'd married, like, the most evil woman in the entire realm, though. Completely missed that one.
If we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
So, Jill was kidnapped from those places by invaders and all the women. So she left. She's like, right, we're going to be betrayed. Fuck, we've been betrayed. I'm going to run off with these two very important armbands. But I'm not going to tell any of the women who live in this castle, including, what, like, I don't know how fucking old Jill was, but a 13-year-old, like,
My duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might...
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt she couldn't have done anything.
And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
Okay, yeah. Fancy new armbands that Oh, I guess it actually does go into the, on the wall, so there is a visual element to it.
The bands suit you well.
I can totally see them on you.
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
Just model them then.
And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Okay, that is this place sort of done. Two more. I'm very glad they didn't do this Boklad quest. Welcome. I guess there's only two here. Never did do this one. Okay. And then we get to carry on. Nope, that's a fucking lie. There's three here. Dog quest. We'll kick this.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember.
Wood rots, right?
You were a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all.
We have a unique
right through those trees. Come on.
Unique dog quest location.
Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Apparently I did. It was very slow talking. This is a crap race.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
What the fuck does Torgal remember? He was a puppy. Puppies grow up fast. Well, he must have been like, what, 2 times or something. How would Torgal be nostalgic for this place? Oh.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps.
Oop, the snout.
What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy?
Aww.
Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
You should mark all the good quests.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming.
I'm sure somebody online will do it. Because, like...
I think I know where we're going.
So many people were just going to miss this because they're all checked out by that point. Epics. Yeah, but Torgal doesn't give the quest. It's in the list of letters, and people will ignore those letters.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you, but without it, we wouldn't be who we are today.
How did Torgal get the stuff here without using the boat?
Steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Arf. I think it is more of an art. It's not really an arf or a book. We have lots of little dogs in the office. They all arf. Even a legendary king. Expanded by the realm's greatest knights, and blessed by the very heavens, would have found himself hard pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valis there. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound Cavil, and we have the charred sparring sword. Clive's old sparring sword, salvaged by a faithful friend in the aftermath of the Iron Blood invasion years winters past. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. That is true. He did say that. This is the best part of the office.
Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Cool. Little extra bit there. What's this?
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Something else here? There is a sad snail available. Actually, I don't know if that's one of the free ones, but... What are you doing here, Goblin Mugger?
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Okay. Then to Hulk Cry. Why must you cry? And that's a continuation of the quest from below, if that makes sense.
Come on. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
I'm unaware of that video. Oh, I've been here.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything.
Dude, you're like 12.
Someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the...
And he was a sick child as well. He did fight against something.
His ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself.
You could pick up extra details.
If it meant standing against
yes.
the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may.
Donk.
That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Two brothers. We've not fought any monsters for a while. Where will you be when...
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Quest complete. That's how... it's the best way of establishing a tone. Every time you have a half-o moment, you go, boom! Rusted battle helm. Displayed in Clive's chambers. War is coming, my boy. We must make ready. I feel like there hopefully should be some Jill quests. Like, I'm liking all this extra joining hands with Joshua. Joshua's joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Yeah, I know. He's been with me all this time. I guess he was doing something, hypothetically. I haven't done this. Yeah, please, maybe she's in... Oh yeah, sorry, there's a fourth continent. I was like, oh, we're almost done. No, we're not. Eyes. And some of these things, oh yeah, he doesn't live a lot. Can't we just move this to there?
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask.
I'm not sure why you said it that way.
I think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
So one of the issues people have had with this game is that the people that put in the work to free the slaves, like, you know, like their father, like this guy, have all been important, like, middle class people. And, like, they inspired the slaves to help themselves, the bearers. And it's like, that's not how that works. And I know, literally, it's a bit of a trope on the internet to be like, you don't understand colonialism. But, like, but, like, in real life, we know who put the work in. And it was the other way around. People had to convince people to help. Yeah, like, so, like, it always falls to, like, at the very least, the other quest line where you find out that the leader of the town has secretly been a bearer all along, at least does something interesting with that idea. And this guy's a fairly interesting character, but it is that guy going, yeah, you're the guy who we work for. Like, there's a few people in this game who've been buying bearers just to free them, right? Just so they can work in their places for actual pay. And like, because obviously they can't outwardly have free slaves, but like, the implication in this game is that they we couldn't have done it without you, Quentin. And then, like, at least some people have complained that they anyway. Yeah, it's not good.
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde.
Yeah.
I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated.
I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Speaking of civil disobedience, France is doing amazing at it right now. As a British person, as a Briton, the one thing, obviously we have like a historical rivalry with France, but like France is amazing at civil disobedience. Like they've set up, they immediately go, like within seconds of going, okay, no, we're not doing work. We've set up barriers. We've built walls. This happens like automatically and quick. Like for fucking British people, just will not fucking move at all. It's really frustrating. We're so utterly rubbish at any kind of protest.
Nervous. Is it alright to be nervous?
And we live across the water from people who are goddamn amazing at it.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
I mean, I was saying to somebody, I was talking about it today, because obviously they cut off the heads of people. Like, they have a very long history of it.
Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
I am in charge, though, obviously.
Of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen.
What's up? What's up?
Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
That's like a really good way of getting them
Sneaking
killed.
into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
Okay, I was going to say, because like, if that was the genuine test, that's really irresponsible. I'm assuming it's basically an empty castle.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the mark.
Oh yeah, this is where the Pope is.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded,
So Philippe was compelled to form a citizen's watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
If only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you,
Whatever you want.
What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed.
He's doing it again.
My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
I'll have to see. I have thoughts, but I'll have to finish the quest. Phyllis! Yeah.
Your town needs you.
Saw the captain just now.
I think I'm gonna have to wind down pretty soon.
what does the dame have to say about all this? So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
I think all of my abilities. That's 4. I wouldn't have enough for that though. Anyway, I am gonna let you go, I think. And we'll finish this tomorrow. I reckon I can get it done tomorrow. It's not. These are definitely the final quests. But like, I wonder why that mark doesn't turn up yet. But let's have a look at the map. Obviously, I've got. I did quite well. This was the final continent. I mean, apart from this continent and the hunting quests that might lead to more stuff, but apart from that, doing quite well. But yeah, I'm good. I reckon there's not too long left. If we look here, like we're 75% of the way through the main back to the origin quest, whatever that is. 97% of the way through the game. 75 hours played apparently. But so yeah, we've already saved. So I've been the Johnstruct. Thank you very much for watching, of course. I've been having a XVI adventure. And I'll see you next time for the ultimate, the final episode.